Hello and welcomes back everyone. And Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Aeva Var, my Jedi Knight. And where we last left off, we were here on the world of Belsavis behind me there. And we prevented one of the Emperor's Chosen, this Executor Kranis, from overloading the Ricotta power core and destroying and killing everyone in the solar system. Which rather probably prompted and begun the Emperor's dark ritual to kill everyone in the galaxy. We need to know more about the Emperor's plans, and according to Master Satele, high-ranking Sith are gathering on behalf of the Emperor on an Imperial space station. Jomar Chul has gone ahead of us as a spy, but has not reported in. We have our differences, as he saw a vision of us falling to darkness. But, regardless of how he feels, we need to go find out what the Emperor's up to. So, heading to the unknown regions, and a station known as Korriban's Flame. Acting on rumours of several important Sith Lords being gathered at Korriban's Flame, the Jedi Knight Jomar Chul tried to infiltrate the heavily fortified station. Jomar disappeared, but if the rumours are true, the meeting on the station could offer some clue to the Emperor's plan to wipe out all life in the galaxy.
This is Station Korriban's Flame to unidentified vessel. You have violated Imperial space. Submit your security clearance or be destroyed.
You said I could leave this to you. Go ahead.
Transmitting clearance code now.
Stand by while I... We're so pleased you're here, Grand Moff. You'll find our security airtight.
That is unlikely.
I've cleared a docking bay for you. Please proceed with your landing, sir.
For the moment, they believe I am Grand Moff Fresh. But this ruse will not hold. Prepare to kill everyone.
Killing everyone might make finding out what's happening here a little difficult.
Cripple those you think possess information. Kill the rest. Don't waste any time. Destroy the enemy while we have the elements of surprise.
We're just looking at Scourge going, oh great. We've let a madman on board our ship. Of course they are only Imperials. So, Grand Moff Resh. I'm guessing he replaced Kilrin after the unfortunate events on Maelstrom Prison.
Feel the power of the Sith.
Yes, indeed. Christ. Oh well, that ruse didn't last very long, did it?
Power of the Sith.
Well. Oh.
Right on time.
You're practically a droid. I knew if I applied the right stimulus, you couldn't resist coming here.
Something's wrong with Leha. She's not herself. She tricked me.
Jomar was chasing proof you'd fallen to the dark side. He fell into my trap like a greedy child. You were just as easy.
I need information on the Emperor's plans. I'm guessing you can help?
Please, don't hurt her. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Poor boy. You think you love me. But what we shared in secret on Tython was only a shadow of true passion.
They indulged their base desires. Impressive.
I'll show you true ecstasy, Jomar. But first things first.
Attack me and die. It's that simple.
You remember the meaties? I gave my little droid friends a few upgrades I think you'll enjoy. Briefly.
Oh, great. I notice you're not helping, Jomar.
Stop! 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 Where are we?
Leha, it's me. You're going to be all right.
My poor droids. How did we get here?
You and the Emperor set this trap. Why?
I can feel the Emperor's presence. He hates you. The things he made me do.
Come home to Tython. Master Satele will help you. I have no right to ask you for anything, but the Council doesn't need to know about us. Please, keep our relationship to yourself.
Your relationship with Leha nearly killed us all. You must tell the Council everything.
They won't understand, but I'd rather tell them myself than let you do it. My mission wasn't a total failure. I overheard Leha delivering orders from the Emperor to a high-ranking Sith Lord. I couldn't hear details, but I know someone named Lord Fulminus went on a secret mission to the planet Voss.
Lord Fulminus. The Emperor isn't taking any chances with Voss.
I'll take Leha home. Thank you for saving her. Us.
You had some fucking gall, Jomar. Accusing us to fall into the dark side, and you've been having a secret relationship all this time?
Better leave before the Empire sends reinforcements here.
We
We'll
should
be all
leave
right.
this place while we still can. Jomar's ship is in the aft hangar.
He has some gall saying we were falling in the darkness. Seems Lord Scourge knows this Fulminus.
Master Satele, I rescued Jomar and found Leha Nerez. She's been under the Emperor's control and needs your help. They're headed for Tython now. I also learned a high-ranking Sith named Fulminus is on the planet Voss.
That is disturbing news. Voss was discovered only recently. Its society is dangerously unbalanced.
The people worship an elite group of Force users who rule with absolute authority. Despite our best efforts, Voss's government rejects the Jedi Code.
The Emperor has always taken a great interest in that world. I thought he sought to conquer it, but clearly he intends its destruction.
Go to Voss, find Lord Fulminus, and stop his plans.
Do you not want to explain who Fulminus is? Oh.
This is Jomar Chul. I told the Council about my relationship with Liha, as you asked. It didn't go well. It will be a long time before I regain their trust. I'll probably never see Liha again. All that matters is she will be fine. I hear she's almost back to her old self. If you see Liha, tell her... nothing. Forget it. Jomar Chul out.
Well, it's nothing but what you deserve. Do you have any other messages? We do.
I hope this message finds you well. I tried to see you when you were on Tython. The Council kept everyone away. Now, the temple hallways are filled with rumors. Some say you fell to the dark side and are seeking redemption. Others say you never fell, that you captured a Sith Lord and are using him to hunt down the Emperor. I know the truth is probably a lot more complicated. Honestly, all that matters to me is that you're alive. For a while, everyone assumed you were dead. When I heard that, I felt like I'd lost an old friend. I'm glad to know that was just a rumor. May the Force be with you. Bengal Moore, out.
I think we've actually had more conversations or messages from Bengal Moore than we ever did from our old master. I notice he's not speaking to us anymore. Right, so... let's get to know our companions a bit more, shall we? I know Scourge wished to have a word. Let's go speak to everyone in order once again. Hello, T7.
You wanted to see me? Tell me what you found out. Everyone else involved with this case seems to be out of the picture.
Another ship exploding over a planet.
A taste of her own medicine. Guess her employer didn't trust her to keep quiet. Regrets won't bring Master Zalo back. He's gone. You just have to accept it. The Empire doesn't stand a chance against the likes of us.
So someone hired the bounty hunter to kill Shafu, but then their employer killed the bounty hunter, all using the same method as well.
What have you got for me? Only a few dozen senators have access to those accounts. One of them must be an Imperial spy. The Senate is made up of greedy, power-hungry opportunists. I never pictured you as a politician. How did that work out?
T7, your story's starting to unravel. You said you worked for a senator, and then after 4 consecutive terms you started working for Venzalo. But before and between then you worked for Shafu, who was a slaver. So you went from senator's speechwriter to slaver's assistant to then Venzalo. I mean, I trust you. You've been very helpful, but you might be getting it might be time for a memory wipe. Might as well have a word with Kira now.
So, when do I get my own Padawan? Always wanted to be a teacher.
When Master Satele thinks you're ready for the responsibility, she'll tell you.
Bet a good word from you would speed that along. Here, pretend you're my Padawan. Got a hypothetical moral dilemma for you. Say you could only save the Republic or the Jedi Order. Which would you choose and why? Don't think. Answer.
We're all that prevents the Sith from conquering the galaxy. Without us, there'd be no Republic.
Excellent answer, my Padawan. Have a sweet flat cake. See? I'd make a nifty master. Learn from the best, after all.
See, no delay. Answer straight away. Doc, I hope you've stopped flirting with me now. I did warn Kira of your advances.
I need the Jedi Council's holofrequency. Old Doc's gonna have a chat with your bosses. This code you people follow has you wrapped up tighter than the Emperor's shorts. It's not healthy. In my professional experience, enjoying life on a regular basis dramatically reduces your chances of falling to the dark side.
How exactly would indulging myself lead me away from the dark side?
That's like swallowing tiny doses of poison for an extended period. Eventually, you develop a tolerance. I'm glad I'm around to keep things lively. The ship would be way too serious without me.
Are we really going to get into a philosophical debate about a Jedi Code with Doc? I mean, to be fair, I think as a Padawan, this is just me maybe making stuff up, but I think as you're growing up, like even as a youngling to a Padawan, you have to kind of debate and understand the Jedi Code, not just be able to recite it, but understand and debate its pros and cons, why it's important to eschew a kind of emotion. Rusk is next. We'll speak to Doc a bit more later.
Master Jedi, I'm aware that my recent military record might raise some concerns. I want to reassure you that my squad fatality rates have not consistently been this high.
So you only lose all of your men some of the time.
The first squad I commanded after making Sergeant was sent to free POWs being held at a small Imperial outpost. Intel said the place would be lightly manned. Most of the Imperials wouldn't arrive for another 24 hours. Intel was wrong.
I assume you got more than you bargained for?
The Imperials sent their reinforcements a day early. When my squad broke into the outpost, we were outnumbered 10-1. We were outmanned and outgunned, but we achieved our objective, freed all the POWs, and came out alive. My squad's casualty rate was 97.4%, but we had no fatalities.
It's impressive that anyone made it out of there with those odds.
They were good soldiers, far better than any of the others I've had under my command. Our mission was accomplished without permanent loss of Republic resources. That squad was effectively trained, and as a result, we achieved victory much more efficiently.
Then the death tolls are simply a matter of poor resource use?
Good soldiers are a resource. Yes, their loss damages the war effort, but they are meant to be used. Victory for the Republic is worth any cost. Master Jedi,
Our downtime has had a positive impact on my battle readiness. I believe I'm 14.2% more prepared for combat now.
What? What does that even mean?
It's a statistical analysis of, well, I won't bore you with the details. I've had a lot of time to think. I've forgotten what that was like.
Relax while you can, Sergeant. There's more fighting ahead.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking about my original squad. I haven't seen any of them since we liberated that POW camp. They seem to be on active duty, but I can't find any mention of commendations or recognition. They should be decorated soldiers.
I'm sure you'll find something.
Carson, Nadja, Eckert, that whole squad has simply vanished.
One might almost believe that you considered those soldiers people.
They'd be most valuable to the Republic deployed on the front. This just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. I'll leave Sergeant Ruskden looking into what's happened to his missing squad. Let's see what Lord Scourge has to say.
Your people speaking of the Empire sound like a distorted echo. When I was born, we thought the rest of the galaxy to be mystery and legend. We had been alone for 1,000 years.
What was it like? I can't even imagine.
We were what you made us. In my youth, Jedi were how you threatened errant children. Obey your masters or the Jedi will obliterate you. For thousands of years, we had total control of 100 star systems. Then the Jedi drove us to the farthest fringe of the galaxy.
The Emperor had subjugated thousands of species. Every non-Force user was enslaved.
They were safe and served to their own capability. This is hardly worth debating. I gain nothing from understanding how your Republic's fools view the galaxy. I am surprised that once your council finishes its brainwashing, any Jedi has a spine left to oppose the Emperor. Perhaps you are young enough to still cultivate the strength of the Sith.
Revan, the Exile, and I were all Jedi trained. We all resisted the Emperor. What Sith have done so?
That was a surprise. In 3 centuries, I expected to see one test his strength against the Dark Lord. But those strong enough to challenge him are killed young, or co-opted into the Dark Council. Perhaps you are right. Jedi strengths are different, not necessarily lesser.
Huh. A moment of revelation from Lord Scourge.
I do not know how more to prepare you to face the Emperor. What has your training been? All I know of Jedi ways is from Revan. Surely they have changed in 300 years.
Not as much as you'd think.
That is the great failing of both our peoples. We do not change. When I step onto Korriban, I'm always surprised to see the same training I saw 3 centuries ago. Only my visions set me apart, made them bring me before the Emperor. In his presence, I first saw who he was and what he planned.
You still chose to serve him?
I chose to live, long enough to find one who could defeat him. I thought Revan and the Jedi Exile were my chance.
Revan and the Jedi Exile are legends. What were they like?
It should not have surprised anyone that Revan turned Sith. He knew you cannot fight the dark side without understanding it. The Exile was harder to read. Even with all she had done, she never trusted herself. With Revan, she was his student again. I liked them. I would have served them, but my vision told me they would fail. I cut down the Exile and brought Revan to the Emperor as a gift.
Is that what you're planning to do to me?
If you are not the one who will stop the Emperor's madness, then I will await the one who will. The only way to live long enough to find the Jedi who would kill the Emperor, to find you, was to convince him to trust me. He took my offering and gave me a place at his side. He gave me immortality. It was a gift, but not without its price.
Interesting. And we know from Revan he did say that one betrayed him. It was Scourge himself who killed the Jedi Exile. Oh dear. I wonder what would happen if you recruited Lord Scourge before doing the the Tyrol 5 and Maelstrom Prison flashpoints. I wonder if there'd be any unique dialogue if Revan saw Lord Scourge. In fact, I might just have... I can't do that myself now. Well, I could. Not really, though. You could do the flashpoint and speak to Revan, but the forced presence of Mitra Surik only appears during the conversations with Master Oleg, or Oteg, I should say, which is kind of like the prelude parts. She does speak to you on Tyrol 5 and the Maelstrom Prison, but she only speaks as like a voice in your head. She doesn't appear. Okay. So we will take a break here. Thank you all for joining me once again. When we come back, we're traveling to the world the Republic has just recently discovered, called Voss. Something about their civilization being unstable, that they worship Force users, or they obey Force users, I should say. Sounds interesting. As I say, thank you all for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.